and welcome back to Tea Time with Naomi, with me, Naomi, and my customary cup of tea. So as you can see, today I'm in a slightly different setup. So Chad and I are actually moving into apartments, so right now things are a bit all over the place, but I thought I'd give you one of the more bookish parts of our room, which is my stack of glorious books, which I cannot wait to get a proper bookshelf for. So, seeing as it's Christmas, I decided that I wanted to do a Christmas tag, and I've chose the Joy of Christmas tag. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. So, question 1 is all about anticipation. The Christmas excitement is real. Which book are you most anticipating? There's so many books I'm anticipating for next year. I cannot wait to read The Wicked King by Holly Black, which is the second instalment of The Cruel Prince. Now, I can't stop raving about this book. Okay, it's not perfect, but as far as enjoyable books go, that is my number one favourite, maybe of 2018, short of maybe Lost Boy by Christina Henry. That was a pretty good book. The next book I'm excited for is The Sorcerer of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I do believe that's her name, I hope so, because I adored her book An Enchantment of Ravens, and I cannot wait to see what she brings out next. And yeah, so I think those are the two books I'm most anticipating coming out next year. Question 2 is all about songs and carols. What book or author can you not help but sing its praise? Oh my gosh, okay, there are so many people I could sing praises about. So I could honestly sing the praise of Holly Black. She wrote The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and the Tooth Trilogy, which I'm currently reading. I just adore that trilogy, and her world building and writing is just so fun, and I just love getting lost in them. But as many of you who know me know, one of my favourite authors of all time is Louise O'Neill, and I will never stop singing her praise. She is bold, she is feminist, she is a writer that our generation sorely needs, and if you have not read any of her books, I implore you please to go do so now, because yeah, she's just amazing and I just love her work. Question 3, gingerbread houses. What book series has beautiful world building? And again, it's going to go back to Holly Black. She makes wonderful worlds. Like the world in The Cruel Prince is so full, it's so vibrant. She has so many different types of fae and all the rules that go in with their world, and how they live and how they act and how they view certain people, how they view mortals. And I've noticed that it's not just in The Cruel Prince, it's also in her other books as well. She has this vivid imagination, and there's a dark edge to them I really enjoy. She's bold and she's not afraid to trash talk fairies, basically, because, you know, we're all used to the very sweet, loving fairies, but in actual fact, fairies are kind of dickish. Like, they swap out your babies, they steal stuff, like, they're not the nicest of guys, but they are cute, so, you know, that's fine. Another person again is Margaret Rogerson. So An Enchantment of Ravens was beautiful. She made this world that, you know, you would think had been told before, but there were so many small nuances that were unique to her own writing that I just adored. I felt fully immersed, and even though, you know, you could say it's just a typical story of fairies in love, the way she brought the world to life and the characters to life just felt so unique. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what she does next. So I think, on the top of my head, those two are my favourite world building writers. I'm obviously not going to say J.K. Rowling and Tolkien. Like, they're amazing. They're obviously the king and queen. But yeah, outside of those, Holly Black and Margaret Rogerson. Question 4, A Christmas Carol. Favourite classic or one that you want to read? This has to be Pride and Prejudice. I know, everyone loves Pride and Prejudice, but ever since I saw the BBC 9-hour series when I was younger, I have been hooked. I've only ever gotten through it halfway. I've started reading this book a million times. I've only ever got through halfway. Usually, like, exams come up or life comes up. So next year, 2019, is going to be my year. I'm going to finish it. I also love Wuthering Heights, mainly because it was the first book that really opened my eyes to the art of writing. Just in like the opening chapter where you see the kitchen, and there are so many elements in there that is so telling about the whole story itself. When our teacher was explaining all these to us when I was like 13, I just remember my mind being blown. And for that reason, Wuthering Heights is an all-time favourite. I also truly adore The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I have read this a million times over. It is so funny, and for those who haven't read it, please do. It's actually a great Christmas read. It's witty, it's funny, it's charming, it's so silly, and yeah, you will love it. It's just a great read. And of course, the Gothics, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, anything by Christina Rossetti, especially The Goblin Market. Those are my faves too, because your girl loves Gothic literature. Question 5. Christmas sweets. Which book would you love to receive for Christmas? So this year, my in-laws, soon-to-be in-laws, we actually all made a Christmas list with Christmas presents we want on it to help each other buy gifts. And I put quite a few down. I would really love the Grim Lovelies. I think it sounds really interesting and intriguing, and as I said, I love a bit of Gothic literature, so it sounds right up my alley. And I've also asked for the Lunar Chronicles because everyone raves about them, and I would just love to read them. I love all the whole fairy tales. I'm especially excited for the Rapunzel one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally gonna read all of them just so I can read that one, because Rapunzel's story to me is super interesting in all forms, and I've just heard so many good things, and it just seems like a fun, nice read. Yeah, so I think I would really love to get some of those for Christmas. There's also another one, and I can't remember his name, and I'm too lazy to look, but I will put a picture of it here. I would also like this book. I'm a terrible booktuber. Question 6. Candles and windows. What book gives you the warm, fuzzy feelings? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm blanking on this one. I'm just trying to think of like my favourites. Again, I think An Enchantment of Ravens actually is very warm and fuzzy to me. It's very autumnal. It's more autumnal, I guess, than Christmas, but it still makes me want to like snuggle up with a blanket and drink tea and just follow the story through. Also, the Chronicles of Ancient Darkness really make me want to just snuggle up and enjoy those because they're so immersive. Maybe it's not the perfect definition of cozy feelings, but just any book that makes you want to curl up and read, I think counts for me. And on that note, I think another one would also be Northern Lights and The Subtle Knife and The Golden Compass. And for me, they're very wintry books. I don't know why. I think it's because Lyra goes, to Svalbard. I think that's how you pronounce it in the first book. So for me, it has polar bears and all these things. So yeah, for me, that counts as cozy, warm feelings. Also, East by Edith Pitot. I know West has just come out and I'm so excited. I read East years ago and no one seemed to know about it, and all of a sudden the new books come out and everyone's raving about it. So I cannot wait to reread East and then get on to West, because I remember just being so sad that it was over because I just loved the story and the characters so much. Question 7. Christmas tree and decorations. What are some of your favourite book covers? So most of my books are actually back in Wales. So the books you see here are books I've either brought with me, which were only a handful, and the rest I bought at library book sales because I'm incorrigible and I love books. But for me, my favourite of all time covers has to be An Enchantment of Ravens. Because I don't have it with me, I will insert a picture of it here. I mean, look at it. It is just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, is it not? There's something about it that's just so beautiful, and it really does capture the feeling and the characters really well. So I adore it. As for a book here that I love, it has to be this, The Beginning of the World and the End of the Night by Jen Campbell. This is just one of the most beautiful books I have ever seen, and yeah, I think it's stunning. I found this at a book sale. It doesn't have a dust jacket. I'm not sure if it's originally supposed to, but you know what? I don't mind. It's like a little bit scuffed. It looks worn, it looks loved, and I'm gonna love it just as much. Question 8. Christmas joy. What are some of your favourite things about Christmas, and are your favourite Christmas memories? I just love how happy everyone is on Christmas. There's this vibe and there's this feeling that everyone just wants the best for each other. There's this charitable nature that comes out in everyone that I really wish would be around all year. There's this feeling of closeness. Perhaps it's because the days are short, the nights are long, and the temperature's cold, but everyone just wants to get cozy. Everyone phones each other to see each other. we kind of remember to text each other and let each other know how we are, and I just love that about Christmas. Not to mention all the candles, the smells of fresh trees, and all the delicious pastries baked. Those are also my favourite things. My favourite Christmas memories. There is so many I love. I think one of my favourite things is every Christmas Eve when I'm in Wales, I spend it with my Mingine Key. So on Christmas Eve, I always open my presents with them, we exchange gifts, and we sometimes watch a Christmas movie and we spend time together, and that's lovely. And then I go to my mum's house with my brother and we all unwrap Christmas pyjamas, which we always exchange on New Year's Eve. And then we watch Christmas movies together, and it's just honestly the best. We wake up the next morning still in our new Christmassy pyjamas, and we all just have egg McMuffins for breakfast, homemade, not bought, with lovely cups of tea and coffee, and then we just sit together and we slowly open gifts, and are just super thankful for not only each other, like the gifts we've got, but each other too. And yeah, for me, one of the best things about Christmas is when someone gives me a gift and I think, this is me, this person knows who I am, and that's such a lovely feeling. And so I always take extra care when buying gifts for people, because I want them to feel like I've listened to them, like I know them, and like I care about them. And so I know gift giving can be bad, but I also think it can be good, and I think it can be a good way to show someone that you love them and that you're there for them, and that, yeah, you know them, which ultimately I think we all want to be known and understood. So I think that's why we also have very good feelings on Christmas. So that's it, guys. Sorry this one was a little bit rushed. It's been so hectic, and with Christmas so close, yeah, it's just been, insane. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed this tag. Let me know if you know about any of the books in the comment section below, or if you've actually done this tag yourself, please do link it in the comment section below so I can go watch all of the Christmassy tags and just soak up all the Christmasness before it's gone. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye in Welsh. So bye guys. Hwyl fawr. And just in case I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have the best of times with the best of people. And if you're alone, that's great too. Enjoy yourself by yourself and make sure you have a damn good time. So, and now I'll say it in Welsh, because to me that kind of means more. So, Nadolig, Llawen pawb, a Blwyddyn Newydd dda. I also can't wait for the next book by Margaret Rogerson, who wrote An Enchantment of Raisins. That would be a great book. I should write that. Anyway. Another book I'm really excited for is The Sorcerer of Stones. No, that's not what it's called either. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, let's try again.